Hi everyone, this is Melina, HRWC Environmental Fellow. I'm back again to walk you through some more cool map features on our map webpage, which is hrwc.org/maps. Today I'm going to talk about some map tools related to public health. Human and environmental health are deeply connected. Often, phenomenon that threaten the river also threaten public health, and improving the health of the river also improves health outcomes and well-being in nearby communities. So, in that vein, we have added public health section to our maps page. The first feature on here lets you quickly find out where your drinking water comes from and points you to the most recent drinking water quality report for your area. As you can see, much of the watershed gets its drinking water from wells, so groundwater. The communities around Detroit get their water from the Great Lakes Water Authority, who get their water from Lake Huron and the Detroit River. The city of Ann Arbor and Ann Arbor and Scioto Township are pretty unique in that they get about 80% of their water from surface water, which in this case is the Huron River. If you don't know where your water comes from, you can look it up here by typing in your address or using your current location. Wixom, for instance, gets its water from the Great Lakes Water Authority. For all municipalities that have it, we also link to the most recent drinking water quality report in that area. We also have links to some resources where you can find information about utility financial assistance programs and water well testing. The next map I'll show you is one of the more interesting, in my opinion, and it's one we lean on a lot to inform our work. This is the Eagle Environmental Justice Screen. This tool scores census tracts in Michigan on different environmental, health, and socioeconomic indicators to measure environmental risk factors in communities. This tool can inform organizations like ours about which areas are most burdened by environmental harms. If you scroll down on this intro page, you can see the different factors that go into these scores. I am going to zoom in here to Southeast Michigan. So just to orient you, here is the start of the Huron River up by Milford, down to Dexter, Ann Arbor, and then through Flat Rock into Lake Erie. These colors show the overall MIEGA screen score, with a redder score or higher score indicating higher environmental justice concerns. You can search an address or zoom in and select a census tract to get a mini report on that area. This is a powerful way to explore what challenges the communities you live in or work in might be facing. This map data can be used as a tool for local advocacy around things like affordable housing or as an interactive tool for educators to have their students use when teaching about environmental justice. The layer list here has all of the different scores, so you can switch on a different layer to show factors like air quality, traffic density, proximity to hazardous waste sites. Here I'll show you the asthma layer, so now the map is scoring based on asthma rates. Okay, there are also these context layers over here that show other data like the historical redlining map, locations of Superfund sites, or percent impervious surface. So this map here that I'm loading, which is the map of impervious surface, is especially important to us because of all the negative effects of impervious surface on the quality of our rivers and streams. In developed areas that have a lot of paved roads, parking lots, buildings, the natural processes of water infiltration and movement that happen after rain events are messed with. Streams and areas surrounded by a lot of impervious surface are often more flashy, meaning water levels rise and fall drastically, and have more erosion. Runoff water also tends to be warmer and carries contaminants that it picks up as it rushes towards the stream. So that's why we tried to advocate for installing rain gardens and maintaining natural shorelines, things that slow down water and filter out contaminants. So as you can see, there's a lot of interesting statistics to be explored here. And lastly, we have a PFAS map from the Michigan PFAS Action Response Team. If you don't know, PFAS is a group of human-made chemicals that persists in the environment and causes harm to human health. Even though this is not our map, we put it in our map page because we know PFAS is on a lot of people's minds. It can be very hard to find out where PFAS actually is being found and at what levels. So while this map is maybe not the most easy to interpret, it's one of the few places you can get a comprehensive view of PFAS monitoring efforts in Michigan. So if you zoom in here, I'll zoom in again to our watershed, you'll see lots of different symbols. Most of the icons demonstrate different PFAS sampling efforts, and you can click on them to view their results. For instance, the teal squares here are surface water samples, the blue diamonds are fish tissue samples, and the hexagons are public drinking water samples. The purple triangles are sites where EGLE is conducting a formal investigation on PFAS. So if you've been wanting to get more granular information on where PFAS has been detected or levels of PFAS in water, this might be a good map to explore. Anyways, that is all I will show you today, but I encourage you to check out these maps and all the other maps on our webpage. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.